Hey guys, Nomiki Konst here. So I am currently en route to Northwest Philadelphia to check out the scene at the polling locations in the neighborhood and also meet with area leaders to see what they're hearing. I just came back from a polling site in southeast, I believe. Is it southeast? South Philly. And things seem to be going well. They had high turnout this morning, but nothing record. They haven't seen any poll watchers so far. There are a lot of rumors out there, but so far nobody's confirmed any poll watchers or intimidation. And I've been talking to some of the monitors at the polling sites. I also stopped by Hillary headquarters and interviewed a couple people. They seem really excited. Katy Perry showed up. Who knew? So yeah, just stay tuned and I will be reporting live from Philadelphia all day long. Happy Election Day. All right. Hey, what's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, and where are we right now?
We are in South Philadelphia.
What's your name?
Odessa.
Odessa. So you guys have been volunteering to get out to vote. What's the response been so far today?
Here, a lot of I'm voting, and we had one person that wasn't going to vote, but we got her to vote.
Oh, that's fantastic. And have people been excited about voting for the first female president?
Yes, I think there's a lot of really great pro-Hillary sentiment here. It's been really cool.
Have you done a lot of volunteering?
Yes,
We've done some in New York at the headquarters. We went to Bucks County for a day. Different feeling. But I think it's been really gratifying to walk around here and just feel all the energy. It's really positive.
What are you going to be doing tonight?
We're going to get together with some people in New York. We're going back to New York to be with the rest of our family.
And have some Virgin Marys.
She really wants a Virgin. I don't know what's causing it, but she's really gung ho on the Virgin Mary front. So that's, I guess, going to be part of our election watching experience.
And you guys are wearing pantsuits?
Yep. Pantsuits and
Matriarchy now, I love it.
Pro-female shirts. So
Fantastic.
Combo.
You excited? Do you feel the significance of this election?
Yes.
That's great. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi there.
How are you?
Happy Election Day.
Yes, happy election day to you too.
So what is your name and what are you running for?
Dwight Evans, and I'm running for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District.
And what do you currently hold? What seat?
I'm a state legislator for the 203rd Legislative District.
So tell me about this district. This is...
It's a very diverse district. It goes from Broad Cheltenham to Tasker and Reed, and then it goes out to the main line up to Villanova. It's a great diversity. People are good here. And they work. And it's a great district. So what I've tried to do is be accessible to all people. And the issues I'm working on is jobs, investment in infrastructure, education, public safety, and then also obviously concerned very much about what's going on the world level and the issues we face today. So I'm really trying to put those things together and form partnerships with local elected officials and see the kinds of things we need to do to move this region and this city forward.
There have been reports that there's some voter intimidation efforts happening around here. Have you heard anything from...
No, it's been just the opposite. I mean, I think it's been very good and people feel good, and it's been a very positive activity in terms of election.
How's turnout looking?
Excellent.
Excellent.
I mean, you just got to keep encouraging people. Still more than enough time for people to vote. Keep encouraging people to come out. This is their franchise, and they need not to take it for granted. I mean, people will decide who goes in the White House, the United States Congress, and that's something we shouldn't minimize, of the role that the citizens play. The power is in the hands of the citizens, and it's up to them to decide who will be in the White House or who will be in the United States Congress.
What type of organizing is there right now to get people to poll?
Basically what we're doing is going door to door, talking to people and just trying to encourage them to participate. And we're just explaining to them why it's important to vote for Democrats versus Republicans. And we're talking about the difference between Democrats and Republicans. What I mean by infrastructure investments, and that our economy is from the bottom and the middle out. And that's what we're expressing to them. We're expressing to the importance of getting these things done. And I think that we have demonstrated that.
Do you think that the turnout for Hillary will be pretty high and help down ballot candidates?
No question about it. From what I can see, the turnout has been fantastic. I've been very pleased with the turnout. The turnout is probably somewhere between what 2008 was and 2012 with President Obama. So I feel very optimistic about what the turnout is at this point.
Any surprises tonight?
No, I don't believe it being surprises. I mean, besides the fact that Hillary Clinton will be the next president-elect of the United States, I believe that's very positive for not just this country, but for the world.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey there. What's your name?
Jeff Sheridan. I'm Governor Tom Wolf's press secretary.
So we were talking about the voter suppression that Donald Trump he's been talking about, sending poll watchers. They have some outside groups that have been supposedly organizing these folks. What have you heard so far here in Philadelphia?
Well, first of all the talk that the Trump campaign and Trump supporters talked about leading up to this was really didn't amount to anything more than them trying to disrupt this and create chaos and voter intimidation, and we weren't going to stand for it. And we want people to be able to vote, and we want them to be able to vote freely. We haven't heard much about that going on today. The governor's office has been constantly updated by the Department of State and law enforcement agencies, and it really seems like things are going very smoothly, as with any election day. But we will continue to monitor this. I understand the Justice Department is also monitoring Pennsylvania and 27 other states around the country to ensure that intimidation and disruption does not occur. And the governor's main priority is to ensure that people can vote freely and exercise their civic duty.
How about like voting machines and just the typical errors that might happen on election day? Have you heard?
Well, look, the amount of people who are voting and turnout seems to be very high, but the amount of people who are voting, there's always going to be things like clerical errors, but that doesn't amount to voter fraud. There is no merit or backup. There is no merit to the widespread voter fraud claims. That just doesn't exist. There's always going to be clerical errors, but there is no widespread voter fraud across Pennsylvania, and the governor and the Secretary of State have made it their duty to ensure that that does not happen.
How's it looking right now in Pennsylvania for Democrats?
Look, I guess we'll find out when the polls close, but turnout seems to be very high, especially in the city of Philadelphia, and that's a very good thing for Democrats. I think you saw the energy last night at the rally that had both Secretary Clinton, former President Clinton, President Obama, and Mrs. Obama. The energy was really high. Turnout in the city, if it continues on the trend that it was this morning, I think things are looking very good for Democrats. We're going to hopefully elect a new Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, a new Democratic Attorney General, a new Democratic Treasurer. I think statewide, Democrats are going to do very well in Pennsylvania.
Great. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sit here.
Got it. Hi, Mr. Jackson. How are you feeling today?
Excited about the long lines and the kidding enthusiasm for voting. I'm concerned that this many people voting with 1 day to vote is a form of voter suppression. People should have an extended period of time to vote. When you're in long lines, maybe 2 or 3 hours, the machines may break down. Or it could be a bad weather day. And so lack of access to vote undercuts the vote. But people are voting today, and that's exciting. I think the issues that matter are coming through now. With all of the nasty ads behind us, people are thinking about pay equity for women, workable wages, wages that pay for people who work every day, student loan debt reduction. People are thinking about issues. The idea of deporting 15 million people is an abhorrent thought and very destabilizing to our country. Issues that really matter are coming through now.
Do you think there will be a record turnout today in Philadelphia?
There will be a record turnout in Philadelphia and in Detroit and around the nation. But we really must review now. We have 50 separate state and unequal elections. Every state has its own rules. And that's why in 2000, the winner was the loser, the loser was the winner. Bush lost and won. Gore won and lost. But the state had the right to stop the count. Bush won by 537 votes, with 27,000 black votes uncounted in Duval County. That must not be allowed to happen again in any state. It's unfair. What makes the athletics great? The playing field is even. We want an even playing field when it comes to voting right now. We don't have that really.
How do you think that the Democratic Party will grow after this election, given if Trump doesn't win, Trump loses, and that demographic gets sent a message that this is not acceptable anymore, and you have a new force of progressives coming into the Democratic Party? Where do you see the Democratic Party going?
In 1965, blacks had the right to vote for the first time in 80 years. White women couldn't serve on juries. 18-year-olds couldn't vote. You couldn't vote on college campus. You couldn't vote bilingually. That generation brought in President Barack Obama. When Bill Clinton won, Dole and McCain got more votes. Dole and Bush got more votes than Clinton. He got more black, white, and brown votes. his base was broader. And now the base has gotten even broader. More blacks, more Hispanics, more young people, more women are fighting for equal pay and equal justice. Creates a new definition of American political system.
When Secretary Clinton becomes president, if Secretary Clinton becomes president, how do you see the people in government shifting? Who gets appointed? Do you think that it'll be a different type of leadership?
Well, Trump says he wants judges like Scalia and Clarence Summers. She wants judges like Thurgood Marshall and Ms. Ginsburg. She wants a Supreme Court that reflects the nation. But one Supreme Court that says Supreme Courts don't change, they do. One Supreme Court ruled that blacks had no rights, rights were bound to respect. That was a slave-bent Supreme Court. Another Supreme Court rendered separate but equal, rendered of segregation. That was an apartheid-bent Supreme Court. Now, this Supreme Court must reflect the new America. Women and multicultural, multiracial nation. It must show sensitivity to workers and women and people of color. And that's the kind of Supreme Court that she would have, I'm convinced.
Have you heard anything about Trump's voter suppression efforts?
I have no idea what his numbers are.
That's good to hear. Thank you very much. So I'm here outside of an event in Philadelphia, Northwest Philadelphia. There's a lunch here. Jesse Jackson's here from the Rainbow Coalition. We just interviewed him, and there are quite a few folks who are elected officials and are running for office to get the vote out here in Philadelphia. It's been a packed luncheon. They all reiterated that the turnout has been very high, and that there's been no evidence of voter suppression at this point, that it was just a bunch of rhetoric coming from Donald Trump, but it looks like the Democrats have a strong operation and they're getting people out to vote, and everybody seems to be in high hopes right now that they're going to do well in Philadelphia.